You know, I hoped I'd never have to make this video, but I'm afraid it's come to that time. A time which I honestly thought wouldn't actually happen. I've always said it would happen, but I sort of deep down I thought it never really would actually happen though. It's a difficult situation, but I'm here and I'm making this video. Warhammer Online is going through a rough patch at the moment. The population is just even lower now, like declining and declining. It's just shooting right down. If things weren't bad enough, you've had the recent problems with the live event, as we all know if you saw the video that I did and all the posts on the forums. But if things couldn't get any worse, they did. Tim Chappell, who was the community manager for Warhammer, well for Mythic, has been laid off by EA. Basically because Mythic's a EA studio, that he's been laid off basically. They've said they don't want him anymore, they can't have him, whatever, who knows. So at the moment now there are only 2 guys left and no community manager. Well, things got even worse because Kevin, who was the he was basically the lead developer, he has voluntarily left Mythic as well. So basically now there is 1 developer left working on this game. 1 person is left working on this game. A game which still charges £10 a month to play. A game which only has 2 extremely low population servers. A game which only has 1 developer. Now, for a game to go free to play, for an MMO to go free to play, it needs a number of things. And one of the most important things it needs is a development team, because the whole point of going free to play is to capture players, capture new players, capture returning players, and then feed them new content. Capture them and then give them back. Without a development team, you can't, there's no way you can do that. Heck, with 3 people they couldn't even do class balance patches because they didn't have enough resources. So 1 person cannot create new content. This game is beyond saving now. The only thing now that will save this game is if EA realise that there is a hardcore fan base out there for this game and they decide to pump money into this game. They decide to, they sit back and realise, hey, you know what, we've got what could potentially be or is the best MMO, PvP MMO on the market here. Let's do something about it. Let's make it big again. Let's bring it back. I have doubts they will do that. I really, really do. I think, and to do that now would be very, very difficult. You've got hardly anyone playing, 1 developer left. That's not a state to go free to play. Look at Star Wars. Star Wars went free to play with just under 1 million subscribers. And look at the success that was. For a game to go free to play with that many subscribers was the right thing to do. For Warhammer to go free to play with less than 1,000 subscribers, not the right thing to do. It's just beyond saving. I really honestly think it does. I seriously expect this game to be shut down now, and I never thought I'd say that. I've always thought in the back of my mind, well, it could happen, and it could happen to any MMO. Let's, being realistic, this could happen to any MMO. But the thing is, I didn't want it to happen. And I honestly thought EA would realise that this game has got potential. But unfortunately, they didn't, and they just let it die. They let it rot, and they kept taking money off the people who were still, in my opinion, stupid enough to pay £10 a month for this game. Now you could say, well, I abandoned this game, I stopped playing, I abandoned it, That is totally, the reason I stopped playing is not because I hate the game anymore. I love it. This is my Warhammer Online is potentially my favourite game ever. The reason I stopped playing is because when I quit over a year ago, there was low population, low development, low communication between the community and the developers. There was just, and that was the reason I quit. And that was a year ago. So to think what it's like now is just horrific. So to saying I abandoned the game and saying people who unsubscribed a year ago, 2 years ago, abandoned the game is just not true whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, we played it, we subscribed, the game caught us enough to make us subscribe. I loved it, and I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands of people that will return to this game if they went free to play. This game could be big. Okay, now look at this. Like, okay, Wrath of Heroes, terrible game, but the free to play model worked. Now, look at Star Wars. The free to play model works. EA had plenty of time to realise Star Wars The Old Republic, going free to play, fantastic success. Let's do that to Warhammer Online before it's too late. And they didn't. Yet again, this is another example of EA ruining one of the best franchises, one of the best games ever. Because they do that with so many games and it's just so sad to see. And honestly, I do think Warhammer Online will be shut down now. Unless EA pump money into this game quickly, give it to development team, give it money, give it resources, give it time. This game's got no hope. Honestly, I really do think that. And I don't want to think that, but I'm trying to be realistic here. So there's nothing we can do about it now other than just hope that EA realise that they've got a gem in their hands here and they should wear it. They should advertise it. They should show it. Even if they incorporate it into Origin, if it went free to play, that would be good enough. I would use Origin. Like, the only reason I use Origin now is to play Battlefield 3. And even then, I don't actually use Origin. You know, I just use it to launch the game, that's it. I even put Origin in Steam. But I would use it, even if it's put in Origin. That would be good enough. That would be good enough. So, this is sort of a message to EA. Please don't let this game die.